first game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. They are in a field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 121 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sideline. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
A touchdown does not end it, remember, but it sure would give him a leg up. It's 1st and goal here. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. So he's able to take it in from 3 yards out. And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes in overtime of the postseason. But they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure's now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, and I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now. But in a small way, those defenders are also kind of happy for the rule change, because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. So, CD, in the postseason, they obviously get the chance to answer that touchdown from a bit ago, but how do they set aside that pressure, knowing that their entire season is coming down to this series?
What a great question, and I don't think that they set it aside. I think that they confront it, and they've done it throughout practice time in preparation for opportunities like this.
17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. There's Rodgers to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What do they say? It's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And again, it's Rodgers. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Now a first down carry by Jones. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's taken in by Watson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Nervous time now, moving the chains, an absolute must. Here's 3rd down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And it's a Packers touchdown. Well, CD, they had the overtime answer. Now the question, do they tie it or go for the win?
Well, the teams already knew. The best teams, they made up their minds before they got to the end zone whether they were going to go for 2 or go for the tie.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Bears. Hard-fought game through 4 quarters gets us into overtime, and then you can't even catch your breath and realize you're in overtime, and the return of the ball game's over.
Absolutely amazing what we got to see because we're setting up all those different scenarios as we go to overtime. Do you take the ball right when you do the coin toss? Where are you going to play? How are you going to do it? And that takes it all out of our hands, doesn't it? A bolt of a return that ends the ball game.
How often do coaches talk, Charles, about that 3rd phase? And here the 3rd phase was the difference.
No doubt. And what I also think about is when you get to overtime, fatigue has to play a factor in it. If you use a lot of guys who are frontline players on special teams, sometimes they run out of gas.